Hey y'all, today is Liberation Day, and what do you think that means? I've been thinking about it. Here's what I think. So today, I personally was liberated from about 25% of my life savings when the Dow finished down 1,700 points. Whatever cash is left, well, the value of the dollar is down about 5% too. So we've all been liberated from about 5% of the value of our money. Now, I'm also thinking I'm probably going to get liberated from my Social Security check, which I have received regularly, efficiently, on the same day of the week and month, every month since I started collecting, which isn't all that long. But I might get liberated from that check because of all the cuts. Well, guess what? That's my money. That's not an entitlement. I've worked almost 50 years of my life. In fact, I have worked 50 years of my life. And I've paid in 7.5% of my annual income to Social Security for my entire working life. That's money I probably could have invested and done better. But that's beside the point. That's my money that I paid so I could collect Social Security and I could get liberated from it. But let's not talk about me. I don't want to be selfish. Let's talk about other people. There's hundreds of thousands of Americans who've been liberated from their jobs, freed from the burden of collecting a paycheck, liberated from the ability to feed themselves and their families. Now, speaking of feeding families, there's a whole bunch of people who've been liberated from these United States of America, liberated right out of their schools, their cars, grocery stores, even their places of worship. Liberated and maybe even sent to prisons in El Salvador and Venezuela. Now, there's one man, and you ought to remember this name if you haven't heard it already. It's Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia. This man, he had protected migrant status. An immigration judge had granted him to be withheld from being removed from the United States or ever sent to El Salvador. But a little administrative error, this man got liberated right out of his car while he was picking up his 5-year-old child at school, a child who's autistic and needs his daddy to help support and take care of him. He was liberated from his child and his wife, who's a U.S. citizen, because the United States made an administrative error. Oops. So a whole bunch of people like that, people with legal status, they're getting liberated from the United States. And the rest of us, well, we're getting liberated from our First Amendment rights to the Constitution. In fact, most of the U.S. is being liberated entirely from the Constitution. That's what liberation means on this Liberation Day. That's what it means to the orange creature and the maggots. Happy Liberation Day. I'm all in good fun.